Hi, I'm Tony. This is Stony River Relics. This is an artifact we'd found just recently. And it's pretty cool. I think we take a little time and clean up what's on top. The algae. It sticks to it. A lot of times it'll preserve something. And around here, there's some really good things to preserve. So anytime you see a bowl-like shape in the river, I suggest you pick it up. This one was coated completely with algae. But as we start to clean it up here, it's starting to show a nice, real dark brown color. And partially due to the stain from the river, gives great color to artifacts. But what's really cool, the little bits of algae can actually preserve a piece, and you could even have scenes of their lives. Believe me, they're there. They're real. We're going to magnify them up and start showing people. A lot of people, in their junk section of their artifact collections, have shadowstones. Now these stones, they'll actually contain scenes of that Indian and the individuals that they dealt with through their life. Animals, mammoths, giant sloths, saber-toothed lions, even the snake guys, which is a big snake, big enough to swallow giant bison, giant sloths, and yes, there was a form of flying reptile, petrodon, or something like that around. I've seen it on several stones. I've seen one where it was carrying a stick figure out in like 50 different faces all looking up. Now that was on a piece of hematite. Hematite that had the limonite exposed, and they took it, a crystal, and they actually carved on it and ground it until even with a candle it looks so bright, like looking at the sun. But a lot of that they'd fill in with ashes or little red paints, or they just leave it like it is, gold looking, it all carved out 3D. Pretty cool, pretty intense. We have a gentleman bringing us a piece from Tennessee. A couple pieces. Some people call the one a worry stone, and the other one they think is just something to straighten sticks or something maybe. You know, just carve on them, make them a little straighter and everything. I think we need a little bit more. This is what we're coming out with. Oh, they love the brown. There's no doubt in my mind what I have here. Now see, when I picked it up, it was covered with algae. I thought it was a limestone nodule, which can contain things, but a lot of times they're too wore down by then. You got to get them up in the very beginnings. But sometimes they look so godlike, they etch things on them. They were really into prayers. And they were really into omens. Anything that affected their life, be it Mother Earth or other. And yes, there was alien contact. Alien contact with paleo people. They didn't realize the little old lady sitting in the corner. Or maybe they did. With a crystal from a geode. Carving on the stones. Now see, this is great. Right here on this. It has, oh, that's beautiful. Ah, so see the flattened spot right here. So when you set the stone down, top of a stick, it sit like that. Now look it's been ground all over, and it's actually covered with pecking marks. So this very easily could contain seams all over. So for the rest of it, just so I could get the higher spots off and see if there's much. A lot of work and stuff. Pretty cool. A lot of these have little faces that sit on top of the clubs. And that looks like it might be a smile there, or a quarter moon. We'll have to see. We'll take something better to clean it up with. Something a little stronger so I can get the details out a little better. A lot of work on there. Pretty cool. Look at that. Think about it. A little ball war club. Old. They love the brown stuff. A lot of the brown stuff's earliest. Mother Earth. Oh, yeah, that is cool. Super cool. Super bad. Cool bones. A lot of algae still left on there. All right. This is Stony River Relics. That's our stone. They're pretty cool like this. Lots of work on it. Lots of work. Oh yes. But alas, sometimes the river, see on the higher outside dills, it's already ground down so much it's hard to see. But the high median ridge, which is where their first scenes perform. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks good right there. See the head-like shape here? All right, then we're going to take a little better look at this now. So that's an upraised area right here. See, it's all upraised. Those are high median ridges where they're upraised. Divots. Divot here, kind of unhappy smile. But there's definitely work on here. When you look at the higher stuff, it makes shapes. Now because this is so dirty still, we can't see it all. But when you have things like this. Now see, this here is a hammerstone. See all the beading marks? They think there's 13 phases. There's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 in the middle. There's 7 moons. 7 different moons in a cycle that they'd be dancing to. Now this is great. See, now because if it's an agate, it actually, as you carve down, you can get to different colors. But see the inverted pyramid? Now look at this right at the top. See, they've polished this little tiny triangle right in the very top up here. They polished it into having, when you light it up, you have like, oh, the eye in the pyramid. See, that's the all-seeing eye. But what's great about this, see the different works in here? Now they've actually ground and pecked this, so when you look at it at different directions, see even the first words, no. But actually, this is a great bend in the river and this is a full moon. That, it says no because that is where the cave bear lives. And when you look at it right, being a shadowstone, you get to see it then. But this is a hammerstone from the mother matriarch of the saber-toothed lion clan. Now, I tried to take this to artifact shows a couple of years. They didn't listen. They didn't even look. And I took a lot of stones. Now here, see the mouth here? And the scar of an eye? And the beaten eye here? And the nose? This is the root god. It shows a couple pictures of him. Mostly he's a little shriveled up root. Like here. See, he's a little shriveled up root and his head's actually quartz. Stands out real good. But all these higher median ridges, they left in red even. And then they'd take charcoal and they'd fill in the cracks. And that would make the scenes. Scenes like Mother Earth here. And the wood god. Growing up out of Mother Earth on one leg and growing out of Mother Earth here. But on the other side, here, it's something different. There's another root here. And it actually, when photographed right, you'll see what it makes is the wounded alien. And his eye would be right in here. Right there. It'll look like a tadpole. It's actually a sperm swimming. And he has a wound right here in his head. And he's 3D. And he comes out. And his face is smashed up a bit. But that's where the other leg grows out of. And his right arm is all flames, but look, it's a quarter moon. There's something that blue flames out. Now all these flames, all this, see how it's changing colors and stuff? There's all kinds of scenes packed into this crystal. All over. Scenes so good. When you magnify them right and you look at them, you can see little things, all the carvings around the wood god. Now see, because it's a shadow stone, I can take different pictures of it from different directions. Now you see all this grinding and pecking work? Oh, it's insane. And that is insane too. That is the wood god. Now I can make a nice picture of him. But what's cool is some of the charcoal still is in the cracks on the quartz around him. And it makes different scenes. That's one of the scenes on our logo. But this whole thing, I can turn around and I can magnify. And I can show different stuff that they've carved from their lives all over in it. And because it's a shadow stone, you have to put them in the right light. Now the Indians, when they dance, the change of the light and stuff would unleash more things. But all of it is actually covered with all kinds of stuff. And so when you look at them and you get them in the right light, that's when you can start seeing the things on the shadowstones. This is how I first noticed them, is in the window of the sun rising in the east. And then from that, you can go ahead and magnify things up. And then if you put it where it's got the right shadows, the scenes actually start to come out. And what they show is what they lived. That was the snake goddess. Let's see, where is she at? Okay, she should be in there. Let's see here. Oh, what an incredible stone. So what we're going to do, let's get a little different picture. Oh, amazing, what an amazing stone. Now see, people look at this and they don't see much. So when I go ahead and I start taking pictures of it and putting it in different lights, crap, it is incredible. We know a whole lot. We have a lot of great stones. We're going to start showing them for people. We're going to take some more pictures and stuff. When we get to 1,000 people, we'll really start putting some pictures out there. Paleo people's lives, 19,000 years ago. Know how I know? Just like I know all the rest. I'm the Stone King.